Hi, Ben here with Amtex equipment. Next to me is one of our older models of Inferno Eruption, which we used to put out this type of design back in 2010. But this frame was chosen because of its capability being able to carry a pump out system on the right side, if you notice. But the technology and the engineering and the design that we have done on it, it is all updated to 2014 and this coming year 2015 of the Inferno Eruptions. So we do have a stainless steel 89 gallon 120 psi. It's fully stainless steel centrifugal pump on the right, which I'll show you how to prime it. But this whole video is to help our customers, since this is one of the unique one that we have done, helping him how to take the machine apart prior to installations. The installation of this machine is extremely simple. As far as bolting the left angle, all you have to do is to remove the cap, and of course using a 1-inch close-end wrench, you'll be able to loosen the retainer ring out. Now you'll be able to remove this whole entire assembly out of the way. Now there will be one other area, which is your elbow right here, which carries the dirty water because of the position of the pump out. It has to go around. So in order to take it out, it's simple by using a flat screwdriver and small hammer. Slowly loosen that retainer ring. You'll be able to release the elbow out of the way. Now with these two sections out, you'll be able to have a nice clear view to do your drilling. Definitely on the pump out system, you want to put an additional bolt here where the bracket is to kind of keep the pump out secure and down. Coming back towards the tank, you'll be able to see the two areas that we need to do the bolting, one on each side. Of course, two on here on the left side of the tank. And if we bring the camera here, again, there is a retainer ring in the front. By loosening that, you should be able to remove this elbow out of the way so you can bolt it. Now, as far as the disconnecting the machine and taking it apart prior to installation, because your tank comes separate, it is not on one skid. It's simple. By simply removing these two union, you'll be able to completely disengage the top of the tank from the tank. I mean, yes, from the tank. Now there'll be another area, which is a union right there, which disconnects your pump out from the recovery tank. Again, having the camera come around, there are two connections here. The green one, which is your pump out, because it does go into a float inside of the tank to kind of have you having a safe operation as far as turning the pump out on, so that way you don't turn the pump out on with no water in the tank. There is a float in there, which I'm about to show you. Now, there's two hoses here that need to be disconnected. There is an additional one right here, which is a pressurized hose, which uses 11/16, and of course, you got your two vacuum hoses right here. Now, we're gonna do a quick look inside of the tank. Let's say the machine was installed, it was reconnected, and we need to set this baby up for a startup. So the first thing you do, if you notice, your floats right now, you won't be able to see it, but the secondary float is down there. But definitely, there is a dripper valve that we need to slightly open by coming around to the left side of the right side of the machine. I'm sorry. There is a small ball valve that we're going to open it slightly. You'll be able to see water coming in. I'm going to slow it down a little bit to smaller flow. Okay. That would be a perfect flow. That way your pump system stays cool. So let's say we have already connected everything. We're ready to start. We'll show the baby's power in action. Now, in order for these unions to engage and go on, before bolting the tank to the vehicle, to the trailer, make sure these are perfectly lined up. That way you'll be able to easily put this union on. If they're fighting you, that means the tank is offset. They need to be kind of snug tight with hand. Okay, I'm talking as fast as I can because I'm trying to squeeze everything on one video. We're gonna come to the front of the machine. First thing you do, as far as startup, we always have to check, we emphasize to check on your oil level oil level in the engine and the pump. These 30 horses, they do have a little tricky type of dipstick, but the best way to get them out is just simply pull, bend out. You'll be able to see the level of the oil. It takes 2 quarts of 10W30. Put it in the back in. Again, same direction. As you're going bend, it goes in. Nice and tight. We come to the pump. We got to get a 3/4 inch wrench. Be right back. To check the oil on the pump, you use a 3/4 inch wrench. Very gently remove the dipstick. All you got to do, just touch the tip of it. If there is a droplet of oil left in your finger, that means you're ready to go. There is an O-ring. Make sure it always stays in place, because after all, this dipstick has 2 duties. One is for you to check the oil level, and also there is a breather hole on these dipsticks to kind of release the excessive gases that are created by the hot oil. Now, as far as the blower oil, draining it is here. You normally replace it every 300 hours. That's where you fill it. This is where the level is. Pump gets drained here. The blower takes 14 ounces of gear oil, which is going to be text to you on your phone. That way you'll be able to have a record of it. Pump takes 14 ounces of straight 30. And if you remember, the engine will take 2 quarts of 10W30. Now, we're going to go ahead and move to the pump out system of this machine. Let's say you're going to be doing a pump out. The first thing you do, you want to de-air the pump. In other words, as you start the machine, to start a job, normally your recovery tank is empty. And as the water builds up, because this valve is closed and because there is a check valve here, there will always be a gulp of air trapped inside of your centrifugal pump. So if you're going to be doing a pump out while the machine is off, and you do have about a halfway full in your tank, your recovery tank, open your ball valve and allow all the air to start getting out. You'll be able to see the water start flowing. And as you see, some of the air gets, once you have a full water rolling, so if you take a look, there's still air coming out. Once we get a solid water coming out, we're primed, we're ready to go for pump out. In case we want to do it, we're going to go ahead and shut it right now. We're going to start the machine, show you the power of it. Put this wrench away. As far as starting it, just like any other command engine from the color, move everything to the right. From the rest position, move the throttle a little bit to the left. Move the choke all the way to the left as you're cranking open. Now, the machine, I've already run the machine about 60 to 90 seconds to heat it up. That way you'll be able to see some of the heat production of it. So we're not gonna have to, that way you don't have to wait, for us to heat it up. So it's already preheated. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and start it, move my throttle, my choke all the way to the right. You should see a discharge light may light up because the machine, like I said, is already heated up. This discharge light shows you the discharge of the machine, extra heat that she needs to put back into a recovery tank for safety to maintain the temperature of the heat exchangers. Here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and increase our RPM. 3,000. Walking towards as I was walking away from the machine, you notice I kind of pointed towards both pores. All of our 4.7 blowers, you do need to use both pores. If you're not using them as a dual action, you do need to use both pores combined together. We do supply a Y-shaped type of connector that you see on the video. That way you will have that blower runs at its max performance and breathing a lot of air, because there is a 4.7 blower. At full speed, she provides almost 528 CFM, which is a lot of air. We're just going to make it as quick as possible, because I'm going to go ahead and do the cleaning, show the power of it, the the heat of it. From there, I'm going to take you outside and show you the pump out, and then from there, we're going to say goodbye from this side. Okay, again, just like any other one we have, you need to get the hot water to you by opening these and start feeling for heat. That way you're pushing all the cool water out. And as you're doing that, you're getting the cool water to start entering the pump and start maintaining it. Almost there. Coming in. Here we go. Dry stroke. Then you go for the next one. Again, dry stroke. If you listen to the sound of the machine, she's running smooth. That means she's not under load, not a lot of load. The engine is handling everything and commanding power to all the components, like your pump out, pump, blowers, and what have you. Never suffocate machine, because if you notice, if you listen to the sound of the engine struggling, but we always allow the pump to breathe. That's why as I'm cleaning, if you take a look, I always pick up a one and allow it to go for air to keep going towards the machine. That way you get a better cleaning result. Let's go. Again, let go. Vacuum. The one has been set down for a while, bypass again, get it out, there we go. There it is again. Alright, I'm going to take you outside, show you the shut-off procedures, but of course right before it, I'll show you how to do the pump out. Shut-off procedures are very simple. Step 1, to lower the RPM, allow the machine to come down. Second will be to open the pump bypass gently and allow the extra hot water to start leaving the unit. Third step will be removing all your hoses, allow the machine to start drying out this blower, and final step will be to spray WD-40 or any kind of lubricant into the air, the valve that we have on top of the blower intake. If this is the last job of the day, in other words, you don't need to do the lubrication after every job. But definitely, at the end of the day, it don't matter if it's 1 job or 5 jobs, do give her a ton of WD-40. Step 1, lowering the RPM. Right before, I'm going to show you the pump out. Open the valve, and then once the pump out production. We need to wait till everything comes down. There you go, our temperature is going down finally. The blower while the machine is running right here. About 5 seconds. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, and 1005. Alright, our blower is lubricated. Our machine is cooled off. It's time to shut down. Best way to shut down, increase RPM. Turn off. Now, here we go. Now, what do? We went ahead and we turned our throttle on everything into a lower position. After that, we went ahead and started opening the bypass and start removing all the hot water out of the system. Once the system got cooled off, we did the lubrication and shut down. Now, this, again, like I said, is a customized type of machine that we have done, but pretty much if there is any type of order like such a machine will make, you can refer to this machine, because after all, like I said, all our systems are basically designed the same, except as time goes by, we do develop better and better ways and parts and design of the plumbings and electrical to make the machine extremely tough and bulletproof. So I do want to thank you for your time today with me, and I'm looking forward to see you in your future videos.